Okay, so let's do this. I don't know if you will it. Oh, okay, fine. Alright, we're about to start this. It's been a long time. It's time. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. Hi, and welcome to Happy Placing with the Praise Words. My name is Daminola Praiseworth, and as usual, I like to tell you that I'm the loving sweet husband.
Wow.
To this chocolate in a chocolate.
Praises today.
To this chocolate in a chocolate shirt.
Okay, that's nice. Hi, my name is Ibiwari Jaja Praiseworth. I am the very chocolatey wife of
This more
very
chocolate.
more of a chocolate
I'm very good.
husband. Yeah.
Alright, well, it's so good to be. It's been a long time we did a video,
Yeah.
and as much as we keep promising that we'll be making videos more consistently, it's not been the easiest task anyway. But this time around,
No
we'll be more consistent.
Yes.
Yes,
I see all of you holding us accountable.
yes.
You know,
We're sorry.
Instagram.
Everywhere. We're sorry we got posted so much in a long while. But
Yeah.
we're going to make sure we do. So this particular story is quite. It's really touching to us.
Very personal.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Because we went through a very tough phase to get married, family drama and all. And we realized that a lot of people are going through this as well, or you might be going through it listening to this video. And sometimes you're questioning your relationship, if this relationship is meant to be, and all of that, all of those. But the truth is this: a lot of times the drama you go through trying to get married doesn't mean your relationship is not beautiful. And there may be a lot of things that God is trying to teach you through that process that you need to learn. And we just got to share our own story. As it's a long one, but maybe we'll break it into parts. Yes.
I think we would definitely break it into parts. And I know a lot of people called for this video. You know, we got a lot of requests from it, and it's been a long time we finally decided to do it.
All right. So, where should we start?
Where should we start from?
I would say, okay, we spoke about how we got engaged. We spoke about all of that, dating phase, how we got engaged. So now it was finally time to meet family, and I told my parents that I'd found a girl I want to marry, and I was very sure about it. And I think that's a good place to start, because all the drama we went through, if I was not sure, if I didn't have good convictions about, maybe I would have retreated so easily.
As in, the drama was long. But the beginning of the drama was enough to break it.
Yes, the beginning of the drama was just enough to say, do you know what? I'm not ready for the life of drama. So I go to meet my parents and I tell them I'm getting married to this lady.
Sorry, just for additional context, I had already met your parents before.
Yeah, you have met my parents before.
Yes.
But
it was a
casual visit.
Yes.
They had met her before. They knew this was not the first time.
Yeah.
So I told them that, I had gotten her engaged. I even told them before I did that.
Yes.
I think we've had all that conversation. But then I now tell them I'm ready to take it to the next phase. And can we go see the parents for an introduction? So they called her parents, they established contact, and then we traveled all the way to Port Harcourt to see my future in-laws. It was an interesting time because I felt both cold feet, not cold feet, maybe let me just say.
Because you had met my dad once.
I had met my dad, correct. It wasn't my first time.
Yeah.
So it was just the fact that families were now meeting officially.
Yes.
So, telling my parents all of that period in my family was a bit sensitive for them with the conversation of marriage. So I feel it took that sensitivity there, and there was a lot of skepticism around, okay, we're not from the same tribe, we're Yoruba, she's Rivers, what are we going to see? So I think they might have gotten into that conversation with a little bit of being defensive. And my dad came from a very wonderful background, a polygamous background, Islamic background, a lot of contention and strife. And there was also, a lot of traditional, there were a lot of diabolic things that happened, even led to the loss of his father, and since then he separated himself from anything tradition and faced the faith, and we all grew up with that faith. So he also had that in mind when he got into that meeting.
Yes.
So how did the meeting go? Do you want to help us remember? Because it's a bit difficult now and easy.
Well, so I know going for that meeting, we both went from Abuja, and it was nice. It started off nice, really. We had, there was the cold feet, there was the questions in your mind, okay, but it didn't seem like there was going to be a big issue, right? And
we didn't anticipate.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate.
Because my parents love her.
Yes, I
liked her already.
My dad had already met him, there were already conversations flying around over the phone. So we weren't really expecting an issue, honestly. So we went there, and I remember your parents came. You came with your parents that day. I was already in my family house. I was expecting people, and I didn't think I was allowed to be in the parlor.
Okay, by tradition.
Yes, I wasn't
somewhere else while we ask you.
I was just looking like a glorious bride somewhere around the house. But you were in the room, so I think you should continue.
Okay, that's true.
Story.
So, while I was in the room, that day was just very funny. So conversations had happened and everything was going on fine. Then my parents her father now speaks about how the process of traditional marriage is going to go. That there's usually, and this was the first meeting, what they call knocking on the door. Yes, so this was the first meeting. I found the flower in your garden. I've come to pluck it. So,
pluck me,
so from there, the next thing they needed to do was to establish, when with the introduction, we want the traditional, we want the church wedding be. So, what now happened? My parents asked for the process, and her father mentions, yes, in our town it's very important to us that the traditional wedding holds in their hometown, which is the island of Opobo. And it was as if they just threw something, like they put a reactor in the room that just changed my parents' countenance. And it was so funny because for me, we are the ones asking someone in marriage, but what people didn't understand and what they did not understand was, because of the extreme situations that my dad has experienced, and even my mom to some extent,
with tradition
and all of that, he just reacted and said, is there a reason why we are going to Opobo? Why can't it happen at Port Harcourt? That was a slap on the face. And this is because...
Let me give the context. Okay, so my dad is a very fervent Christian. Yeah, he's very fervent. He holds his faith dear. But he is also a traditional man to the core.
He respects his culture.
Respects culture, yes. Positive, traditionalism.
Yes.
God, yes. Yeah, so he just respects his culture and he honors it, right? And he is also a titled man in Opobo. I'm from Opobo, so he's also a titled man in Opobo. Beyond that, he was also the chairman of the traditional marriage council of elders for 15 years. 15 years. So he's very involved. And Opobo is like his second home. Like, that can travel if he wants to rest, if he wants anything he wants to. Opobo is like he goes to Opobo. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
And not just that, for the 15 years he was the leader of the council. He established, just to synergize the people, he said for every woman in Opobo who is getting married, especially because that will be her last contact with the culture. She's marrying someone who is from another place. That the wedding should hold.
Must hold
in the island. And he instituted it. He became
on the Opobo Island. Opobo is an island. So it was a law. And he was the one that instituted that law.
And now we are telling him to default on it. Emotion started rising in you. My father's voice started getting agitated. Like, how would you say that? My dad begins to try to go logical and also, psychedelic. That, oh no, come on. This is your home. This is your home. This is your house. We have a big compound. We have a big space. I see no reason why you should go there.
Yes.
And the father felt this was an insult. Like, he came to my house to ask for my daughter. And you are telling me how to go about it. That was crazy.
You want me to get married?
You know, the father began to say things like, God who made me a
man
was a wise man.
Yes.
Not to get married in that man's land.
Yes.
And take them.
So that was Rivers State. But because it wasn't for Pobo, he considered it another man's land.
Yes.
Because for my dad, the Pobo is home. That's where he's from.
So it was crazy.
Ooh.
And then the next thing that happened, they now go to have the conversations around the wedding list.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still in that same meeting.
in that same meeting, okay, so what's the next thing we are supposed to do? And this is my parents saying that, okay, well, and it was funny because they didn't seem to be like people who were asking for someone's daughter. They looked like they came and they were now, and forgive me, so my parents love my wife right now. They even love my in-laws. That's why we are joining you through this process, because you may be thinking right now,
They love you right from time.
they love you right from time.
Yeah.
And you know, you may be thinking right now that, oh, you will never have anything to do with these in-laws who are stressing.
Mhm.
But they are your family for life.
Yeah.
And you know, that process of being merged together, when iron is being welded, fire comes out.
Yep.
So that process of two families with two different cultures coming together, it's not always easy.
Oh my God.
So this is what,
Even when you have similar background.
yes, the fact that you're just coming together,
Yes, similar countries. The fact that you're coming together.
just human differences.
Yeah.
So this is not to say that we are, because that's why we are joining you through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like our parents did any evil on their part. Mine did or hers did. It's just that process was tough.
Yes.
And then they now say, okay, let's see the list. And they give the list. And my parents say, okay, the list has to be changed. Because everything on the list was alcohol. And
You know.
they are pastors. They raised us not to drink alcohol
Exactly.
or use it. And I've never seen my parents use alcohol in my whole life or purchase it.
Mm-hmm.
And the family said, okay, it's going to be monetized. But my parents said, they want it. Let them just put the amount of money. We don't want to
We
know
don't
of
want
it.
to. We don't want to see a list.
We don't know what it's used for. I monetize it. So, you know, it now became crazy. So next thing, the conversation ended with everybody's face strong.
Strong. I remember when I tell you people coming out of you.
Because they said, let's go and eat finally. Everybody was eating and it was awkward. Saying, do you enjoy the food? Yes, we are.
Yeah,
You know,
but it was strong.
just very, very awful. And I knew that from that day that there was problem, because we didn't make any move forward.
Yeah.
My father said, I'm going to talk to you. Me, I went to my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents began to just banter along how, you know, they should have, would they expect them to do such a, you know, we don't know the diabolic background,
Yeah.
you know, this, that,
Crossing water.
Mm-hmm. And conversations with other people, investigation.
Mhm.
Like, is that even the right thing to do? And you trust people who are your parents' friends. They will ask where.
to the
They will ask you to it, and they will say that, sir, I don't think anybody in their right mind should do that. And I'm like, oh my God. It
I
was
think it started getting, I think it started increasing from there. So apart from the fact that okay, they were wary of dabbling into any traditional thing, it now became a case of through their investigations, they're now going into okay, what's the nature of Opopo people?
yes.
What
What
do
did they believe in?
What do they believe in? Are they good wives?
You know, it now became
It just started
a very
exciting.
deep investigation.
Yes.
And truth be told, they found some good points in their investigation. They found a lot of good things, but you know, at that point, you are more skeptical than being realistic. So whatever thing that you see that is good, you brush it aside. Okay, this is normal. Let's see this skeptical.
You should have just placed a blanket on the situation. You're not able to differentiate that okay, this is a particular family, this
Yes.
is a particular girl.
Yes, these are people who believe in Jesus.
Jesus.
Like their life was ruled on Christ and all
Yeah,
that.
so all those things were just blurred.
All those things were brought out. And after that, oh God, we sank emotionally, because
So after that visit.
we already had by our personal calendar,
Yeah.
and what we proposed to our parents was
The-
that was
Okwaka, what day?
January,
First
first week of January.
Yes, January 2018.
Yes,
No, sorry,
2019.
2019.
So we said, okay, after this is all that got engaged August 2008.
Yep.
2018.
Yes.
And they kept pushing it because of availability. They kept pushing it because of availability, you know, and it became January. But at that point, we got there and we hoping that, okay, since you kept us on also, then everything just glide.
Oh, yes.
I'll get married in April. We'll get very ready.
Because in the time when we were pushing it, we were already making plans. I remember
Yes.
I had already started looking for, my wedding dress.
You had bought your wedding
I had
dress.
bought, yes,
You had ordered it.
we had ordered my wedding dress.
Yes.
But I had already, I was already going to shops, in
Yeah.
Abuja.
Okay, no, you had not ordered the wedding dress. You were going to shops in Abuja.
So
This is
before.
where we can order from. Yes.
We were already doing basic research.
Yeah, we had gotten the event planners. The church was aware of the fact we had started the counseling process.
Exactly.
Everything was because our family had given us the assurance, oh, we're going to move quickly.
Yes.
And all of that. So we're not doing it based on the fact that we just had a timeline in mind.
Yeah.
We felt everything would move fast because my parents liked her and her parents liked me. So what are we waiting for? Only
So
for that
everybody-
yes, I said our heart sank.
Mhm.
And we had January for that, at most March for traditional,
Yes.
and April for the church
The
wedding.
church, right.
So we said maybe around that March we'll do the introduction of traditional and April the church wedding. But now nothing was inside.
Great luck.
To say great love.
Yeah.
And my parents at that point were, particularly my father, because at the point my mom began to reason with me saying, oh, I've got to research about these people. That people get married in their villages.
Yes.
That did your father not marry you from that
Yeah,
village?
actually, the mom came with our moms.
Yes.
With the first, the little green light we saw about
Yes, they saw it.
So that, okay, this was not involved among, every member of the family.
Family,
Not mom
yes.
and dad.
We had somebody on our side.
Yes, we had our moms on our side. So,
Yeah.
but we made certain decisions, right?
Mm.
After after the whole brawl happened.
I wouldn't say we made certain decisions because initially we had conflict.
Oh yes.
Conflict sits in because she was now siding with family. That after all, are we not supposed to get married
I think
village?
this was the first 2 weeks.
The first 2 weeks after that, yeah.
Yes.
Me too. I was seeing reason in my family that it's not Port Harcourt. So why can't we have it? Let's all be logical.
Yes.
And I remember calling her father. Is there something I'm forgetting?
No. I wanted to say, that whole thing was in a Port Harcourt, can we get married? At the time, at the point, at the time, I started reasoning with you. Because I was like, why is my dad?
It's true.
This is our family.
This is our family home.
Yeah.
Now, why is it being so difficult? Why can't it happen? So she was reasoning with me. I was looking like I was putting her more on my side.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was a conversation you had. And you said that, to be honest, if you
To be nice.
that getting married in your hometown will be nice, that you're from there.
Yeah, this was somewhere I visited as a child every year.
Every year.
It's normal to me.
So,
Yeah.
so at that point, it was looking like she was now on that side and me I was on my side, trying to win her over. But we made a decision. Well, what was it?
We decided to be on each other's side.
Yes.
It was hard at first, but it was the most, reasonable.
Just the wisest.
Was the wisest, yes, that's the word. Was the wisest thing. I mean, we're going to enter the marriage together. Why not start it?
Why not start it like
We
this?
can
Yeah,
just
so
start
we
it.
decided, what do we want?
Yes, what do we want?
And it was not clear to us what we wanted. But we knew that one thing, this relationship, we're not seeing red flags, we're not seeing anything. We agreed
Yes.
that the only problem came in when families came. So, what is the conflict factor?
On our own parts, there was no friction merging together.
Yes.
Right? We had gone through, even if there was friction, there was
Like
there are
those down,
things
broke
about
faces
those
and all of
places.
that.
Yes, we're in the perfect place.
Perfect, good enough.
Maybe
Because perfection is...
Okay, we're not in that place. But at the time when we're going to get married, right?
Yes.
When I say perfect, I mean
No red flags.
We're fine.
We're fine.
That's why we thought everything was going to be like. We didn't reason after the family. Continue.
Okay. You're leaving me, am I the storyteller?
Yes, you are. Really.
Okay, so we made a decision to now be together. Like, what do we want? Don't side your family, I will not side mine. So that whatever we are saying here and here is what we would decide.
Yes.
And what something helped us to make that decision easier, we put on the same day, very interesting, And this is not us trying to go all, everything has to have that supernatural touch. But God is willing to speak to you, even in the tough situation. So that period, on the same day, I had a dream. She had a dream. And even before this, there's a dream you had that was prepared us for this without us knowing.
2018.
Yes.
There was a dream I had that prepared us with. Should I say?
Yes.
Okay, so the dream was that I just had a dream. It was weird. That I was in my wedding dress, and there were people like my family members, his family members, and people generally that friends and families. They were there all around me, but everyone was stationary. Everyone was just sitting down, and it was just like this gloomy look on people's faces.
Like let's start.
Or not what was happening. I was ready, fully dressed in my wedding, dress, but nothing. Nobody was moving, and I remember standing there in my wedding dress in the dream. I was so confused. So, yeah, basically that was it. And I remember I mentioned it to you.
You mentioned it to me. Now we didn't know what you meant.
Yeah, we didn't.
By the time we finished from that family issue, we just said, "Oh my God, that we needed to pray and we needed to be wise," because that was just showing us that everything will be ready. Like we'll be ready mentally.
Yes, be ready.
No progress. And this was
not already buying it.
I'm telling you. And to tell you how long we went through this phase. Think about it. This was January.
So January.
And we eventually got married in November.
Mm.
And we didn't get our wedding date until September. Like I remember
September-ish. Was it me?
Was it? Or somewhere in between. But I remember when we designed the wedding website, I put the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
It was exactly 55 days from the day we got the news. So we have to plan our wedding in 55 days. Everything within trans.
Yeah, let's carry it to gist.
So, the dream on that same day, the dream I had a dream that we went to have the traditional marriage.
Sorry, this dream is the first thing else after the
old door with our parents.
Yes.
So okay, we went with my parents. In the dream, I went with my parents to the island. And they showed us where we were going to be getting married. The father showed my parents in the dream. So yes, and my parents were like,
"Who calling it island?"
To the island of the Tintin.
It is like Caribbean.
Let me switch it up a little bit. So we took them to that place, and my parents in the dream were like, "We can't do this, let's leave." And they left, and only me stayed back. And the next thing I saw was that I went there regardless to get married. But in that bit, I didn't see my parents. So we went to get married, but the marriage was chaotic. The things that I saw in the dream can't even be explained. I saw something happen there, and at the end of the day, someone tells me, "Take her out of this place." So I run. So I woke up, and in my own mind, the end of the dream was that we must not go there.
We must not go to Bobo.
So we must get married. And she too, she has a dream, and in the dream, she sees us getting married in a different location.
Mm-hmm.
But in that location, her parents were not necessarily looking happy.
Yeah.
But my parents were looking happy.
Yes.
And we didn't get it.
Yes.
But Shara, what could we deduce from that dream? If we go to Bobo. So we came to that united front and said, "We're not going to go. That whatever happens should happen." Like we stand our ground. And I remember speaking to our pastor, and he said that believers, you have authority. That it doesn't matter where you go. We told him the dreams we had and all. He said, "We always be patient and see what happens." But it doesn't matter where. Okay, no, it was before we had the dream. We spoke to him. But his viewpoint was like, my parents should not be that difficult.
Yes,
that was what he said.
Because they're going to marry.
They're going to marry from a place that forgot about diabolic things. He asked her, "Is there anything you think is in a place that is dark?" She said, "Not anything dramatic, but we just want to be sensitive." He says that, "Come on, we carry the presence of God.
Yes.
We can go anywhere."
Yeah.
That in fact, even give us a testimony from his own wedding for a woman who he sensed had a dark, purpose, and that she got resisted by when she got close to them. That we carry power.
Yes.
So on our own, we had that, but then from that instance,
from that dream,
we just said we are not going. But we later realized it was for us to get on the same page, and the meaning of these dreams came much later. Like both of them, and explain it.
Good. So from here, where did we go next? I think it was. So we had agreed to be on the same page.
We had agreed to be on the same page, and we're having almost every. It was an emotionally draining period, because if I don't compose a long message to my parents on WhatsApp, it's them composing long ones to me. You know,
talking to my dad.
I was always talking to her father, and her talking to. There was even a particular day I spoke to my dad, and my dad was like, "We've never had a clash on anything. That shouldn't this be a point to you that there's something to pay attention to you?" So in my mind, I said, "No, I knew my father, and I said he was not acting completely in his full logical sense. He was acting sentimentally at that time." And I was more convinced of the relationship. I knew it.
Yes.
There was a conviction I couldn't shake off. I checked the relationship again and again.
Yes.
And I saw purpose inside. And I told my dad that I don't think that it could just be that the devil is trying to take advantage of the sentiment to destroy a relationship that was meant to be.
Yes.
And he said, "Okay, you just let me." That we even stopped talking to each other. I said, "You will not call." And me and my dad, we call each other. We same way he does with all of us.
And I started feeling bad. So it's like, because this guy he has had a great relationship with his dad. Then one girl is now talking to the Kata family. You know, there's that part of me feeling guilty too. And at the point, I remember that I had some questions in my heart. Like, but you really strengthened me, and we also got on the same page. Like, see, we sat down to analyze the relationship. There was nothing wrong with this relationship. This is meant to be. It's just family. It's not God. That's true.
Yes.
I think, because it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Emotional, like I
overwhelmed every conversation.
Everything, every mood.
Yes, every mood.
We couldn't even go on a normal date anymore.
Yes, without talking about
it. We're just gloomy. But that decision we made that we try and enjoy the relationship, it was tough.
Yes.
It was tough. But later we made it better. But at this point, we're still trying to pray through and all that. But we just said, let's have a united front. Then something interesting happened. Not necessarily like it was a breakthrough, more like a shade. Yes.
Okay, we have a very sweet, wonderful church family. And at that point, we were very supportive because we were told our close friends. This was the timeline, this is the date. We had been engaged since August, remember? August 2018. So we had communicated the timeline and everything. And them loving us so much, they had planned.
We didn't know, but
they
had a surprise.
Bridal shower. Yes. I think we hadn't really spread the word about the struggles. Really good.
Yes. Pastor. And we're so much in faith that it moves.
Yes.
Anytime people ask us, how's plans going? We just say, we're making progress. So it was just quiet. In fact, I remember it lingered on at a point. It was not like she was Lord of the Rings. Because anytime they ask, how is plans? We say it's going
well.
So even up to September, before we got that, only close friends knew what we're really going through.
So that's April.
It was March.
It was March.
Yes.
The plan is a bride bridal shower. For us, it was for both of us. We came, we were really surprised. It was fun. It was actually very beautiful. It was really fun, and it was so thoughtful of them.
Yeah.
I remember after the bridal shower, when we were with ourselves, I remember
it felt so bad.
Because they didn't know what was happening.
They didn't know what was going on. And we just felt like...
I remember breaking down and crying. Because as that March, we had our knocking of doors till January 1st. We hadn't had one single breakthrough.
Yeah, every conversation.
We were still stationary.
The
seats
of God.
So everything was just looking like...
And we call every day, pray sometimes.
Yes. Like nothing, no one was budding. No one was budging. It was really bad. So after the bridal shower, I think the bridal shower just made it so obvious that
I'm like, I just thought we were living in a fantasy.
Yes.
That we are here telling everybody we want to get married. But the real, because at the end of the day, there were times we attempted to let's just get married now. But we realized she came from somewhere. I came from somewhere. It's important that the place we come from
Yes.
are part of us coming together. So we are not isolated human beings. Because at the end of the day, it's families. And you want to think about it. If you spend your life raising a child, would you want that child to not be a part of your life?
Yes.
So I have to think about it from that regard and realize that, okay, I'm emotional right now. We are emotional and we don't want to make any erratic decision. So that's why it was tough for us, because we really wanted them to be a part of it. But
we had the financial emotions came flying around. You cried, you prayed. I remember the night you cried.
yeah,
That
evening,
just
yes, after the prayer shout, we cried, we prayed.
Uh,
And then a few weeks later, April 6th, which was the date we planned, came.
April 6th.
Yes.
Your memory is so sharp.
April.
I remember when you wrote that down. Yes.
Yes, and it came and it was like, then we may never get married or what. I remember that day, I don't know if I wasn't feeling like myself. I was just so
Not
down.
an item of progress.
Not a single movement. It was just like hard hearts from both families.
I feel like we have been putting in effort.
We are putting effort, we are putting pressure.
As in,
So, well, that is where we end part 1. If you want to know what happened after this period, then you want to stick to this channel, because we'll be putting after this video.
yes.
Should we put it out weekly? Weekly.
Should we do weekly?
No, weekly. Okay, maybe back.
Bi-weekly.
Okay, bi-weekly.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Okay, let us know when
Yes.
we should put it out.
If they tell you, ask for people, they tell you
Tomorrow. So I choose it by myself. Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
So after this video, wait a week, they'll put out the next video.
Yes.
And wait a week, then put out the final video. It's going to be a 3-part video.
Yes.
Because we went through drama to plan, then we went through, to get married, we went through drama in planning the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So as if God knew that this marriage is going to be sweet. I mean, the devil needs to be sweet. You want me to enter.
Sweet
Oh
stuff.
my God.
My God. This.
This chocolate in the chocolate. Alright. Thank you so much, and until next time, please like this video so that it can go to more people who will need this encouragement. It took us a lot to share this, and we know it's going to help somebody. Like the video, then also subscribe to our channel. We are going to be consistent this year, we promise.
Promise.
Alright, until next time.
Bye.